Alright, I'm going to start with some of the books that I've been reading. This I got, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I'm not really quite sure of the time. But this one is called The Sixth and Seventh Book of Moses. Nice symbol there. And it's the name of the publishing company that I got it from. The Sixth and Seventh Book of Moses. And this is, they talk about a lot on Egyptian magic, but mostly Jewish Kabbalah. And we take care of if we take a look at this, I mean, certain incantations and scripts from on spells from Egypt. They talk about a little bit of the folklore, and they talk about the actual magic that they do. A lot of it's mostly some stuff like this. I got this one, and there's actual prayers. Something, symbols like this. They have sigils and all sorts of things like that. There's actual incantations and something that I have here, like the different names of angels, the planets they rule by, like Zaphiel. He's the ruler of Saturn. Zadkiel, Jupiter, Camiel, or Camiel, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. Mars, Raphael, the angel Raphael, the sun. Michael, the angel Michael, Mercury, Handiel, Venus. Gabriel represents the moon. And right here, well, they have what is called the Invocation of Angels. Now, these beings that they get summoned, they're basically right now, of course, these are beings that are, it's not so much from the biblical point of view, because I don't really believe in angels in that sense. But there are beings which you would consider angelic, if you want to kind of consider that. You can summon, which Moses actually did when it came to doing spells and things like that. And also, well, there's a lot of information pertaining to that. And the thing is, these are beings that are like in a higher dimensional realm that can be summoned by doing a specific type of ritual, and also certain prayers which they have printed there in a book. And there's another book that I got about maybe a year later afterwards. It's called The Sword of Moses. It's by M. Gaster. And this is a very interesting book. Let me take a look at the first page here. There's a lot of Egyptian and also Jewish Kabbalah type of prayers, incantations, and they talk about the certain things that they do. Like, there's a lot, and things like that. So translations, talismans, and things like that. And this is pretty interesting. I never tried any of these incantations myself. Even back in the day when I used to believe in God and the threat of the existing Satan back then, which now I think differently. But things like this, like here, like which is the great light. I conjure you, mother of, and then whatever that person's name is, male and mother. I conjure you, the hard, strong spirits, in the name of God, Almighty Hero, the living Michael, in the name of God, Gabriel, and then this just naming all these different angels. And there's like a very ceremonial type of kind of thing to it, and a lot of Hebrew writing right here. It's pretty interesting, and it just continues on and on right here. Since I don't read Hebrew, I can't really understand it. I didn't know it was going to be like this at all. I guess it's like a translation in Hebrew of all the English text. That's what I'm guessing. But the sword of Moses represents the fighting sword that he had, and of course, with that sword, which he used in battle when he used to be an Egyptian prince, I guess he used it in ceremonial magic. The same exact sword, he never lost it, and part of it was made of gold, the handle, while the rest of it was steel and things like that. So these are the things that I actually had. There's other books that I had. I had Dictionary of Angels. I had some stuff in the Goetia. I know there's other books out there which I heard about, but I never had the chance to actually read them and find out anything about them. There's one book of like a grimoire. That's what they call them, like a spell book. They're supposed to be extremely dangerous. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, so forgive me if I say this wrong. Abra Melen, the Mage, I think it's called. And there's a book on that, and it's supposed to be extremely dangerous. Anybody who's foolish enough to even say any kind of words out there, any kind of cantations out loud, foolishly just to goof around, that you'll actually end up summoning some kind of evil entity that you do not want in your house, and they could actually attach themselves to your auric field. That book is from popular rumor is supposed to be extremely dangerous. That you don't fuck around with something like that. That's what I heard as far as rumors. And there's another book that I never had a chance of getting, but I've always wanted to, especially back in the day. Right now, I wouldn't mind just to have it, just to have it. It's called the Magus, if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. The Magus by Francis Barrett, and I heard that also that one is also very. They show you how to make, from his point of view, how to make a magic wand, the use of certain metals. Astrology about the certain type of angels and demons that rule over certain planets, and what time and what way to face when you're doing this type of ceremonial stuff. Incantations, all Kabbalistic magic. And is extremely intense, and it also says there's a warning there too, that book has a potential of being dangerous if the person doesn't know what he's doing. There's also something called the Book of Shadows, and there's another book called the Necronomicon. Now the Necronomicon is actually a spell book, or some kind of occult book actually, that if you read certain incantations to summon whatever, it has everything to do with I don't know if I should even say this. It's not exactly demons that you're summoning or trying to make contact with, but it's these old gods, these ancient gods from the ancient Sumerian times, from the Babylonian, and these gods are actually extraterrestrial in origin. And these are these beings, and they're and if you summon them, there's different names or whatever. They're part of this great empire, and there's also lower level type of these gods. I forgot what they call them right now. But if you can summon them, and I heard, and that book is supposed to be extremely dangerous. The Necrocomiccon. I'm sorry. The Necrocomiccon is very extremely dangerous. Maybe it's possibly dangerous than the Abra Melin the Mage kind of book. Who knows? I don't know. Eliphas Levi, if I'm pronouncing that name right, he's a very interesting character, historical figure who practiced the occult. And when he drew a circle and he summoned some kind of spirit, he was asking, "Are you so and so?" Whatever he was trying to summon. And even though he was safe inside that circle to create some kind of barrier, so nothing evil can mess with him, as long as he stays inside the circle. In this particular circle he was in, he was asking the question, and with a triangle that was what he was trying to summon the creature, or summon this particular spirit. It reached out to him and touched him in the arm, like a ghostly reaching out to him, touch him. He couldn't see anything, but as soon as he felt it, he got so fucking scared. Did he just passed out? He just fainted. He's just like, he got so overwhelmed with fear. Did he just collapse to the ground? He was lucky, because if he would have fell down and then crossed over the line of the circle, he would have been screwed. And there's a lot of stuff I heard about him. There's also Cornelius Agrippa, another very good occultist. Albertus Magnus. And even people that did alchemy like Paracelsus, another interesting character. And I know there's other books out there that are just as dangerous as the Necrocomiccon and the Book of Abra Melin the Mage, and other sorts of books, the Book of Shadows, even a certain book that Aleister Crowley actually did. And Aleister Crowley is another very creepy but very, very intelligent type of occultist. He writes the most amazing poetry, from what I understand. I read one or two of them a long time ago, but he had like very beautiful poetry. He's a very smart and educated man. He was in the University of Cambridge. You can tell it's for rich kids. Of course, he inherited a lot of money. He had a trust fund and this and that. So, but from what I understand, he was like a real son of a bitch. He was a fucking asshole. He was, aside from the fact of getting this reputation of being this black magician, this occultist, a Satanist, or whatever you want to call him. Aside from that rumor, but from what is known to be a profound fact, was he was an asshole. He actually belittled people. He actually, if he felt that he wanted to, he would harass person. He would harass someone to tears. He's very harassable, and he knows how to manipulate. You know, he's very clever. He knows how to, like a sociopath kind of thing. You know. Anyways, there was books, and even in the book, like the Confessions of Aleister Crowley, there was a time where he summoned in 1909 with his partner Victor Norberg, and they were bisexual lovers. and they were in Africa, and they summoned this demon or this spirit. Again, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing this name right. Crocozone, or whatever, Crozone, or whatever the name is. Again, forgive me. And I heard about the story of that, how he actually tried to attack Victor Norberg, and he was like striking it with his magic dagger while he was invoking the names of God. And then that demon just pretty much cowered and went back into the triangle. He had to repair the circle in the sand. But after a while, the blood of the pigeons, which Aleister Crowley used to, he slit the throats. He needed blood in order for this thing to manifest and to materialize. And the blood of the pigeons ran out. And when the blood of the pigeons ran out, then Crocozone, or whatever his name is, he disappeared, he vanished, and that was it. Aleister Crowley was obsessed with that particular spirit or whatever it was, and there was there's a lot of crazy stuff. So again, there's books out there that are extremely dangerous. Just to let you know, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you think, and any questions or comments, you know what to do. And to all of you, take care. Very good books.